السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة دلالة، وكل دلالة في النار. Verily all the praise and all of our dedication and all of the magnification, it should only be for Allahu Jalla fi Ula, and our Lord Him Tabaraka wa Ta'ala Rabbul Alameen. La ma'bud bihaqqin illallah. There is no object, no entity, no essence, no deity that is deserving of our worship except for Allahu Jalla fi Ula. And this is the meaning of Allahu Akbar min kullu shay. Allah is greater than everything. That I bear witness that Al-Mustafa, Al-Amin, As-Sadiq, Wal-Masduq, Muhammad ibn Abdullah salawatullahi wa salam alayhi was the last of messengers sent to guide me and you from the darkness into the light. Ya ikhwati fillah, ya akhawati fillah, having some conversations with some brothers in the big city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which where I hail from, but I reside in the city of Mississauga, brothers. The discussion came up about chasing something that is hard for us not to want to chase. And on Wanun Yom, the topic for today is the illusion of confusion known as the dunya. The dunya. The dunya is meant to fool you, ya ikhwan. Many of us, we think that we're going to acquire all the milk and honey before we get to the grave, ya ikhwan. And you'll be chasing it just like a donkey chases a carrot right in front of you. You take a couple of more steps, and you're constantly moving, and you're just chasing that carrot, ya ikhwan. The dunya, ya ikhwan, as we know, it is the material world. It is a temporary test that we are in. The dunya means that it is something which is very lowered and very debased by Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. It is a transient thing, meaning that we're not meant to have it, ya ikhwan. But at the same time, ya ikhwan, وقال الله تعالى لا تنسى نصيبك من الدنيا. Allah Ta'ala, He goes on to say in this beautiful verse of the Quran, and do not forget your portion of the dunya, ya ikhwan. So our topic, the illusion of confusion, my dear brothers. As you know, we're trapped in the dunya trying to make it to the hereafter. The matrix. You have to know that the system is broken, and it will keep you broke, ya ikhwan. How many days, how many months, how many years, how many seconds have you been alive on this earth, ya ikhwan? How many days have you worked, have you logged on 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the night? How many times, ya ikhwan, have you got on the road and drove to your job to acquire some sustenance for the dunya, ya ikhwan? Why? Because you have to pay rent. Why? Because you have to buy groceries. Why? Because you have to get gas in your car so you can continue to do this. Why, ya ikhwan? Because, my dear brothers, we have a family to support. And we're trying to acquire great wealth. This is the illusion of prosperity, my dear brothers. We have a place to live, alhamdulillah. We have transportation, alhamdulillah. This means that we're free, right? We're free. MashaAllah, we're not in a state of seclusion where we're locked up in shackles and chains, ya ikhwan. The state of khalwa, in the jail like many of our brothers are. So when we look at it, ya ikhwan, many of the Muslims and many of the people in this society, they are living paycheck to paycheck. You work, you earn, you spend, but hardly ever invest. We find, ya ikhwan, that our salaries are keeping us busy. The question is, what assets have we accumulated in this dunya? What is the goal of this dunya? Are we looking for just comfort, or are we looking for freedom, my dear brothers? Know that the dunya, it is meant to fool you. My dear brothers in Islam, when we look at the ayat from the book of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, it is filled with verses talking about the dunya. And when we look into the hadith as-sahihah, the same thing we can find, ya ikhwan, if I was to come back next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, there's enough information the scholars put together to do a khutbah every week talking about the dunya with all the ayat and all the hadith. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're just going to give a few as a reminder for myself, for and foremost, and for my brothers. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى وَمَا حَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, this is concerning the temporary nature of the dunya. It's temporary. It's temporary. And the life of this world is nothing but an enjoyment of delusion. An enjoyment of delusion. Brothers, I tell you, last weekend I was starving. I was on the road all day. And finally I was able to get off the road. And I was starving, so I went to this really fancy halal chicken and fry restaurant in the city of Mississauga, and I ordered, mashallah, some sweet and sour barbecue chicken wings, brothers, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I ate them, alhamdulillah. The very next day, what happens to that stuff? Ya ikhwan? It's gone. Thrown away. For that few minutes that I enjoyed it, mashallah, tabarakallah, and we thank Allah for all the bounties that He's given us, the next day that is gone. And Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, اعلموا أنما حياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة. There's nothing else we can say after that. I might as well just go home, ya ikhwan. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, know that the life of this world is but an amusement. Games and sports and shows and movies and trips. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, know that the life of this world is amusement and a diversion and an adornment. MashaAllah, one of the brothers was bragging, MashaAllah, my neighbor, he's doing so well. He bought the Maybach car. Allahu Akbar, Allah has been bountiful onto the brother. MashaAllah, he's got a Maybach car. I don't know if you guys know what a Maybach car, but it's better than a Mercedes. It's better than a Lexus. It's better than the BMW. It's the top of the top, the cream of the crop. And everybody was impressed. I asked one question. Did the brother make Hajj yet? 35 years old, the brother never made Hajj. Did the brother make Umrah yet? The brother never made Umrah. Did the brother go and study Islam? No, but the brother's a multi-millionaire. MashaAllah. This is the goal, to be a millionaire in the dunya. No, ya akhwan, come down. وقال الله تعالى وما حياة الدنيا في الآخرة إلا متاع. And the life of this world compared to the hereafter is but a brief enjoyment. Ya akhwan, as we see that our brothers passed away last week in Nigeria, traveling with one of the heavyweight champions of the world, and they died in Nigeria. And just like that, they were making millions, ya akhwan. And may Allah guide Anthony Johnson to Islam. If he's not hiding his Islam, may Allah guide him. But our brothers died with him in the car, driving down the road, and they had millions of dollars, ya akhwan. Millions of dollars. And like that, unexpected. People were shocked. And our brother, I forget his name, Health Fitness or something like that, very muscular, very powerful brother, may Allah have mercy upon him and his family. He's gone, ya akhwan. Chasing the dunya, and now you're gone. You're in the grave. What have you left, ya akhwan? Qala Allah Ta'ala, in this verse, ya akhwan, you can see as it's ripping in Arabic. فَلَا تَغُرَنَّكُمْ أَحْيَاتِ الدُّنْيَا. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, so let not the worldly life deceive you, brothers. Sometimes we think we're winning. We have a house, mashallah. We worked hard for it, no doubt. We have a fancy car, mashallah. We worked hard for it, mashallah. We have a degree, mashallah. We worked hard. But that's not the goal of this dunya. The goal of the dunya is to die upon the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. To meet your Rabb subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers, we are living in a time where if you watch the geopolitics 4D chess moves that are being made all over the world, we find, ya akhwani, that we don't know where this world is going, but I'll tell you this, my dear brothers. One thing is a constant. Allah Rabbul Izzah is there, ya akhwan. The Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ is there, ya akhwan. Al-Islam is there, ya akhwan. Al-Iman is there, ya akhwan. And Al-Ihsan is there, ya akhwan. The question is, how bad do we want it? And many of the Muslims, ya akhwan, I've tested my brothers. And I'm a new Muslim. I just embraced Islam 1991. I've only been Muslim for 35 years. I don't come from a great lineage of Muslims. I can't say that my father and my grandfather and my great-grandfather are Muslim. I can't say that, ya akhwan. But we say it to the brothers. How many of us know Al-Islamu huwa al-istislamu lillahi bit-tawheed wa inqiyaru bi-ta'ati wa khulusi min ash-shirki wa ahlihi. This is the meaning, the scholastic meaning of Islam. Islam is the complete submission and surrender to Allah based on tawheed, and to make disavowment from shirk and his people. This is the scholastic meaning of Islam. When you ask your Muslim brothers, sometimes you see our brothers come from all over and they get in front of the masjid and they talk about Iman and Yaqeen and they don't know. And sometimes I have to embarrass them as a new Muslim. What is Iman? The scholar said, Al-Iman al-qawlu bil-lisan wa tasdiqan bil-qalb wal-aml bil-jawarih. Iman, as the scholar said, it is a statement that is on the tongue. Amittu billah, ashhadu la ilaha illallah. It is a belief that is firmly fixed in the heart. And as the scholars used to say, and as some of the emperors used to say, the Muslim emperors, if the richest people of the world knew what we had, they would fight us for this Islam. And it is actions upon the limbs. That means you have to fast in Ramadan. Your stomach should be fasted, and I need to fast more. And that you should be banging your head on the ground a lot more, ya akhwan. And you should be walking to the masjid more, and you should be giving zakat more. And the Imam, he told me before the khutbah that actually the brothers here, that the masjid is in need, And this Jummah, they want to raise funds for the masjid because they're behind, ya ikhwan. They don't have enough money to pay this month's rent. So when we look at the situation, my dear brothers, we have a lot more to do. The dunya is meant to for you. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. One brother was complaining about the medical bills for his kids. Another brother was complaining the other day about his job loss. May Allah help them all. Another brother, he complained that his car died, so he has to get a new car. Another brother complained that he needs big car repairs, so may Allah help him. As you know, ya ikhwan, they teach us in this society to earn, to spend, maybe to save, but not to invest. This is what society teaches. What have we invested in tomorrow for the dunya and the akhirah? The question comes, ya ikhwan, are we living below our means, or are we trying to impress what they call here in North America, are we trying to impress our neighbors known as the Joneses? Your neighbor got a new car, you got to get a new car. Your neighbor's got the latest iPhone, you got to get the new iPhone, even though all your stuff, it works really well. The question, my dear brothers, is we have to look at our choices, our spending. As a ummah, ya ikhwan, I have a lot of critique as a new Muslim for our brothers. I can't fathom why we spend so much money on minarets that we can't call the adhan. $100,000 minarets in the GTA. $25,000 domes on top of the masjid has nothing to do with Islam. Also, ya ikhwan, we find chandeliers in the masjid. The Muslims got money for this. And then we ask Allah, oh Allah, help us out, oh Allah, help us out, we're suffering. The question is, ya ikhwan, when Allah gives us bounties and we misuse our bounties, know that the adhab of Allah is upon us, ya ikhwan. It's upon us. Because when you get the felicities and when you get the amenities that Allah gives you and you misappropriate it, Allah, He can take it away from us. So we look at it, my dear brothers. Money, financial security. Are we a slave to what my father used to call a J-O-B? Jump out of bed. No problem. Jump out of bed and go provide for your family. But the question is, are we a slave to the dunya? One of the brothers I know, Allah blessed him with many children. And he's one of the most hardest working brothers I've ever met in my life. This brother used to work anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day in construction. Hard worker. You can see and can smell the work of sweat and toil on this brother. He's a hard worker. I respect him. And I know, mashallah, his money is pure. But the cost of him working so much is that from the 9 kids that he has, only 3 are practicing Islam because he wasn't home, ya ikhwan, to teach his kids. He relied only on the mother to do that. It's a big mistake. So my dear brothers, the rat race. This is what they call it here in North America. You get up in the morning, you get in the traffic, you drive all the way across the city, going from Mississauga to Scarborough. This is called the rat race. You're caught in traffic. You can't really go anywhere. All of us, they try to say, you know what, if you work hard enough, you're going to get to this place called the fast track. The fast track, we could say in the dunya here, would be like one of those, you get, mashallah, you have the money, no problem, just jump on that other highway, you got to pay the bill later on. And you'll just fly down with the dunya and the money and mashallah. This is what they say that you could do here in the country of North America. But we find many of our brothers, they left from the Muslim countries, and they came here to chase the dunya. I'm here to tell you, brothers, don't chase the dunya, chase the akhirah. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, ya ikhwan, the Prophet went on to say, ya ikhwan, in one riwayah, he said, ad-dunya sijil al-mu'min wa jannat al-kafir. That this dunya, for the believer, is like a sijil, it's a jail. And for the kafir, it's a jannah, ya ikhwan. The kafirs can party, they can spend money, they can pop bottles of champagne, they can do cocaine. They're having a champagne cocaine party every week. And I grew up, my cousins are still involved with that, ya ikhwan, when they do that. And they chase women. And they do all types of fraudulent things, ya ikhwan. But alhamdulillah, Allah put a little bit of iman in my heart and I came into Islam. And I debased that lifestyle, ya ikhwan. When I talk to my cousins, they tell me, cuz if you come down here to the club, You will see Ahmed and Muhammad and Fatima and Sumaya. They're in the club, popping bottles of champagne, going insane, losing their brain, trying to chase after the fun of the dunya. So the Prophet wanted to say, Kun fit dunya ka'annaka gharib wa abir as-sabil ya akhwan. This is what I am right now. I'm on my way up to go see my mom. I'm just passing through the city of Orangeville. Be in this world as you were a stranger or a traveler, just passing through. We're not meant to live here forever and ever and ever, my dear brothers. So you need what they call Zad al-Mu'ad. You need provisions for the journey, ya akhwan. And the greatest provision is at-taqwa, ya akhwan. May Allah help me and you to obtain that. The Prophet said in one riwayah, he said, Inna dunya mal'unatun mal'un ma fiha illa dhikrullahi ta'ala wa ma walahu wa aliman aw muta'aliman. He said, verily, indeed, this dunya and everything in it is cursed, except for the dhikr of Allah that is pleasing to Allah. The student of knowledge and the teacher, or the one seeking the knowledge, ya akhwan. Everything that we do is cursed in this dunya. And another riwayah, الدنيا ملعونة ملعون ما فيها إلا ذكر الله وما وله. That the world is cursed and everything in it is cursed except for the remembrance of Allah and what is associated with it. The difference between us, ya akhwan, and those who don't believe in Allah. When they go to sleep in the night, they don't make the intention to go to sleep in the name of Allah. Bismika Allahumma amotu wa ahya. I live and I die for Allah. They don't make the intention, ya akhwan, reading Ayatul Kursi and all the adhkar before they sleep, so they rest. They don't do that. We do that. And then we rejuvenate our bodies so we can go and provide for our family. They don't do that. But we do. So, ya akhwan, when we eat, we say Bismillah, we eat in the name of Allah. And we get, again, beautiful nutrients in our body that we can sustain. Why? To chase the dunya? Know that we can worship Allah first and foremost, and then we go and provide for our family, which is also an act of worship, my dear brothers. Then, ya akhwan, when you travel, there's a dua for traveling. When you go to seek your sustenance, and when you get your sustenance, there's dua for that. Everything you do in your life as a Muslim is an act of ibadah. Ibadah. But the problem is, ya akhwan, this is just my estimation as your brother, we're forgetting acts of ibadah over what is known as adah. Habits. Habits, ya akhwan. The other day I was in the masjid in Toronto and I see with my own eyes. May Allah guide me and guide our brother. The brother came in the masjid. He made ruku and sujood and he banged his head. Within 30 seconds he was back out of the masjid, ya akhwan. And out the masjid. It's good to bang your head on the ground and get some sense in your head. Alhamdulillah. But you gotta give Allah more than 30 seconds, brothers. And alhamdulillah, the brother has a little bit of iman. He came into the masjid, so we can't say he's not a Muslim. But we look at him and say, Ya akhi, at least spend 2 minutes worshiping Allah. 30 seconds is not good enough. And then sometimes our dear brothers, wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah, they're checking their watch. I see some of our brothers, I gotta get to work and get this money. Some of our brothers, they're on the texting the machine right now. I gotta get this money. There's a big billion dollar deal going on right now. Right now in the masjid, I'm seeing this. You brothers can't see it, but I see it. Oh, this man get off the member, so I'm gonna get my money. Inshallah, may Allah bless all you brothers to get as much money as you need to look after, to allow you to make the Hajj and the Umrah, and to put your family in a good circumstance. May Allah bless you brothers to come out the pocket today and to donate to the masjid to keep this place open. And may Allah bless you all for coming and taking the time off of work to come and to bang your head on the ground. With that, هذا ما عندي وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. May Allah make us better worshippers of Him, and may Allah help us to get the dunya that we can get to the akhirah with that. Aqimus salat.